is a lie. How would they find you if you don't go out? They must find you. They must find you. Go out. Hi guys, how you doing? How's everyone today? I hope you're doing well. I hope your day is going amazingly. How about your week? Is it going great? So far, my week has been a bit weird. It's been good, but at the same time emotional as well. So I read some things about me online that put me in some emotional state. And usually when I see things that people say about me, it doesn't really bother me because I'm used to it. You know, when you're someone like me who's out there, who's very outspoken, who's very confident, beautiful, lives her own life, you know, does what she wants. When you're that person, people are always going to say stuff about you. Like, I'm used to it. Back in the days, I used to be very timid and very shy. But like the older I go, I just became this confident person, and it came with a lot of responsibility. But sometimes, especially when I'm having a hard week, if by chance I just see one comment that on a regular day wouldn't even do anything to me, it just gets me down. And I saw people having a proper conversation about me, and I just couldn't believe it, because I would never ever do that. I don't even want to talk about that, because now I'm fine. You know, I had a good cry about it. I'm going to be honest. I had a good cry, good cry. I got it out of my system, and then I said, fuck all of you. And that's exactly who I am, and that's who I'm always gonna be. But sometimes, let me just tell you, yes, it's gonna get to me. So yeah, you can enjoy that. The little bits of times when it does get to me, no problem. But most of the time, like 98% of the time, I don't care, and I'm just doing my own thing. So that's how my own week has been so far. And when I say week, I mean like the past 4 days. But how's yours been? Tell me about your week in the comments. If you think maybe there's anything that I can do, not money shy, you know, tell me.
And it goes a little something like,
welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time seeing this gorgeous face, thank you so much for being here. So today I am here to shame you women. Yes, especially the 30+ women. I am here to shame you. So let's get into it. In fact, if you're over 28, I'm here to shame you. And the reason is simple. I am tired of the self-pity. I am tired of you disgracing me. I am tired of you making me look bad. Because of women like you, men are out there looking at women like me, and they're convinced that I am actually lying about being happy. They are convinced that I truly want something that they think that I want for myself. They are convinced that every single time when I come out and I tell them that I'm happy, that it is a lie because of women like you. And I'm going to talk about that demographic of women that piss me off. And I'm not just going to shame you. I'm going to make you feel so bad that you want to change everything about who you are and what you do and what you believe in, so that you can have a happy life. Because you are going out there to tell people that you're so sad that you don't have a husband, you're so sad that you don't have a child. You are crying and being pathetic instead of actually living life and enjoying it. You do not realize that everything that you do want is eventually going to come to you. But by being pathetic, do you know what you're doing to yourself? You are reducing the chances of you getting something that is worth your while. As pathetic as you look and sound is exactly what you are going to get. You're going to get the bare minimum from men, from friends, from people around you, because you've told them that you are worthless because you're in your 30s or you're above 28 and you're not married and you don't have a husband and you don't have children and you don't have this and that. Do you know how pathetic that is? I no longer have the patience because your actions are affecting me and women like me. And you also do not realize that you deserve better. You deserve much better. Of course, not all of us are going to get the best men, but the best thing that you could at least do for yourself is get someone that is worth your while. He doesn't even have to be perfect. So I am hoping that this video is enough to piss you off to the point where you actually sit up and decide to do something for yourself. Before I go ahead to shame you and talk my talk, I want you to please, first of all, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because if you do, it encourages me, and it also tells YouTube that you like my content and that my content needs to be pushed forward. Because you know, man's trying to be a proper YouTuber now, so you'll be helping me. So please do that now. So let's do this. Every time when I see a woman above 30 tweeting or putting up a video crying about how she doesn't have a husband, do you not realize the kind of creeps you're going to attract? Do you not know that? It doesn't make you look good. It doesn't help you in any way. You need to stop. Don't you have any shame? Are you not ashamed? Because you're in your 30s, you want to die, you want to kill yourself, you're going around recording videos. You're not even just crying to your friends, you're crying to the world and telling them that because you're 30 and you're useless, nobody, I'm alone, I'm single, and I don't have a husband. And you know the ones that killed me? The ones that they say that, oh, when I was in my 20s, I had so many suitors, but I was concentrating on my business. So now that I'm in my 30s, nobody wants me. Feel sorry for me. It is pathetic. If nobody's told you, it is pathetic. And I'm going to tell you what you need to do right now to change all of that, because no more of that. I do not want that for my sisters. Now that we're done with the shaming, now let me bring it closer. My darling, it is bad enough that once you turn 26 in Nigeria, the pressure is coming from everywhere. It's coming from your friends, from your colleagues, from your aunties, your uncles, your parents, everyone, even society as a whole. Once you tell them your age, or even if they think or have an inkling that you are at that age where you should be married, you are basically being judged. Then once you turn 28, they start thinking, okay, anytime soon. Then you turn 29. And they're like, wait, what is going on? And that's when all the judgments come in. Your parents will make snide comments at you. Your friends who are also getting married will make snide comments. They might even blame your attitude for the reason why you don't have a family. They might say because you're too ambitious, because you live alone, because you travel a lot, because of the things that you wear, because you want to have, a certain life that they don't agree with. All of these things are going to be reasons why people are going to tell you that you're not married. At that point, you're not realizing one thing. It no longer matters what you do. Society has already cast you aside. They've already seen you as damaged goods. So all kinds of men are gonna come approaching you, because guess what? You're 29, you're almost 30, and apparently 30 is the age that women go and die. Once you are 30 like this, you are finished in Nigeria. You are no longer fine, you are ugly, you are useless. If you like, achieve the greatest thing in Nigeria. Be the MD of the World Bank. Because you are not married, you're still useless. So guess what? You too, you're going to start believing it. And you're going to tell yourself that shit, perhaps I should just settle for that guy that is in, corporate. Maybe I should just settle for that guy that is in marketing that, is not up to my level. But at least people won't say that I'm not married. Let me just do it. And then you'll do it. No. I'm not saying that you shouldn't marry people that you love. I'm saying that if your only reason for going below your standard is because of your age, because you're getting older, then there's a problem. If by chance you're working with someone that's below your standards and you fall in love with them, that's a different thing. But purposefully looking for someone or settling for someone that's below your standards because you no longer want to be judged is the death of you. Maybe you might be lucky and he's amazing, but guess what? from what I have seen and experienced, I do not think that is possible. I think most of the time when we settle for people, we're not truly happy. We're unhappy and we are stressed all the time because you're constantly worrying about what you could have been. What could have been? What could I have done better? Would I still be in this position if I married someone that was on my standards? Would I be this stressed out? Would I be this? All of these questions will keep lingering down in your mind. All of these questions, they're there continuously. You can't even concentrate on you. It's just not the way to live. You're in your 30s, you are now damaged goods, because as soon as you are 30 like this, you are useless. So now that you are in your 30s and everybody is judging you, your mother, your brother, your this, you are now going to now start telling yourself that, let me just settle. Guess what is going to happen? You now forget who you are. Everything that is important to you now is about finding a husband. You're no longer thinking about your future. You're not thinking about what you want to achieve. You're not thinking about your spec, the kind of man that you want, the kind of man that you want to be standing next to you, that you're like, yes, that's my man. You're not thinking about your sexual needs. And guess what? Once you're in your 30s, your sexual needs increase. What is sex when you're desperate? What is sex? There's nothing, you're not thinking about sex, you're just looking for a husband. Let him come safe and be the worstest partner sexually, you will still settle. You're forgetting about every single plan that you've had for years. You wanted to travel, you wanted to set up a business, you wanted to live abroad for 1 year, just the things that you wanted to do. After university, I want to do my master's, and then after my master's, I want to do my PhD. I just want to go travel for a while. I just want to go stay with families for a while. I don't want to work for a while. I just want to chill. All of these things. You don't even get the opportunity to meet people, to meet all kinds of people. It is pathetic. Now, let me just say quickly, to the women who want a husband, who go out of their way to find husbands, there is nothing wrong with that. I'm happy for you. But you see, the ones who have dreams, who want to achieve great things, they shouldn't have to choose between I want a husband or I want to live my life. It's not fair. But guess what? That is the life that we live in. So these are consequences that you have to accept. So you have to pick one. If you want to live your life, live that life. When the time comes, you will find yours. And if you don't find him, that is life. But you only will have one life to live. It is better for you to live the life that you were ordained to live, that God has planned for you, that you have been dreaming about for years, since you were a child, since you were in uni, since you were in primary. This life that you've planned for yourself, that you've envisioned and has excited you up until this point, it is better for you to live that life than to cut it short when you're 28 because you are desperate. That is not the way life is. That is not the way life should be. You don't have to fit in a box because people are asking you to fit into it. You can live your life and still find the perfect person for you when you are ready. If you don't, then that's life, but don't have any regrets. Don't have regrets. Live that life and be happy that you're living that life. Take everything in. Every single experience is something. When you travel, it's an experience. When you meet new people, it's an experience. When you try new food, it's an experience. When you have sex, it's an experience. All of these things, take it in and enjoy your life. Let people judge you if they want to. I am telling you, you only have one life to live, and if you do not take advantage of this life, when you die, people are just going to say, that girl, whatever. It's just so sad when I see young women being so desperate for marriage. Or I see women my age or in their 40s, and they're like, I am the director of so, badass woman who's who's achieved so much, things that a lot of people could not even achieve. She's talking about her achievement, but in the same breath, talking about how she wished she just gave it up because she wanted to have a husband. Why did you need to do that? If you can look around you and find that even out of 100 people, there are 2 people that have lived their life and still at the end of it found a partner, it means that it's possible. The world is becoming more and more open-minded. It's not like before where people would completely cut you off. But let me tell you why people cut you off. Because once a lot of you turn 30, you don't want to live life anymore. You don't want to feel young anymore. You start convincing yourself that, oh, I'm now in my 30s. I can't do this anymore. No, you can do anything you want. You can wear anything you want. If you want to look respectable, no problem. But still have that youthfulness in you. Have fun. Do the things that you love. Don't forget who you are. Me, I'm constantly speaking to young girls. Alpha, what's going on these days? You people should teach me. There's no shame in it. I'm taking my own place. I'm taking space. Whether you want it or you don't, I am taking space. Let me just go ahead and give you a few tips that I think that you need. Number one thing that is important for a woman who is over 28, 27, whatever, the moment the pressure starts, one of the most important things that you can have is money. And I'm not talking about the women that don't have the access to it. Unfortunately, I pray that you find the access. I pray that there's a miracle that helps you. I'm talking about the women who do have access, right? Money is important. You need to have a job or a business, something that helps you be independent, because once you are independent, you can make decisions that suit you. You can tell your parents, please, you know what? You can keep your stress to yourself. You're not going to put me under pressure. Keep it to yourself. I'm out of here. Money will also help you not rely on any man that will come and sweep you off your feet and say that, oh yes, we have to get married, and then you're like, let me marry this man because I don't have anything, and he will help me. Money helps you decide that after university, I don't actually want to do anything. I want to travel abroad and work somewhere for a year. Or do you know what? Money can help you start up a business. All of these things you need money for. So whatever you are doing now, if you are not working, look for something to sell. Even if you are selling recharge card, have that money. That money is important. Again, I am not talking about women who do not have access. I'm not talking about the women in the villages, in rural areas. These women, I am sad for. I try my best to help as many people as possible, but everyone cannot be helped. I'm talking about you who is watching me right now, who has access to these things. I know it's hard, but try. Number 2 thing that you need to do, don't isolate yourself. All of a sudden, when women turn 30 or they're in their late 20s and their friends are getting married, they isolate themselves. They don't want to be around other people anymore. They don't want to make new friends because they're ashamed. They don't want to be around their old friends because they feel small. They don't want to even go out. What are you doing? Do you know how many times women convince themselves that, maybe if I don't go out, a guy somewhere will notice me and he will be like, this girl, she doesn't go out. Is a lie. Is a lie. How would they find you if you don't go out? They must find you. They must find you. Go out. Go out. Speak to your friends. Don't be prideful. Tell your friends, please, if you guys are going to parties or anywhere, invite me now. If they don't invite you and you have money, go out to dinner by yourself. Go out to dinner. Take yourself to lunch. Take yourself to dinner. Just go out. Ask people to to invite you to house parties. If they're not inviting you, have your own house party. Tell people to invite people. Always just go out. I'm not asking you to go clubbing or to do sex parties or I'm saying that just go out, just have fun. Part of going out is also traveling. When you travel, you meet new people. I don't know if you know about Mo on Twitter. This babe has been traveling for the past year, and every time Mo talks about how she's met this person, I am so happy for her from the bottom of my heart. That is a woman that you need to be like. I do not know what Mo is going through in her personal life, but from what I see on the outside, that is what I want for you. I do not want you to think that because you're over 28, you're almost 30, you're over 30, that you do not have these options. If the money is there, do it. If the money isn't there now, start saving up. I'm not asking you to travel for a whole year. I'm asking that you just do not isolate yourself. You're only as young as you feel. Don't think that because you're over a certain age that you're finished or that you're cancelled. Next point that I'm going to give to you, be very, very careful of the kind of men that you have around you. If you have the kind of man that talks down on other women or talks down on you and makes you feel old, stay away from that kind of man. Any man that does not encourage you to elevate yourself or to be better is not the man that you want to be with. I hate that I have to put this disclaimer out again, but I'm going to do it. I'm not talking about women who aspire to get married, who their whole world is, I want a husband, they're not interested in anything. I'm not talking about them. Please leave this space if that is you. I am not talking about you. I'm talking about women who have those goals. Again, there is nothing wrong with what you want. There's nothing wrong with wanting to just have a husband and being a housewife and being a mother. I love that. I'm happy for you. I'm talking about the women who their primary goal is not that. They want to have everything. They want to live that life. If you have that kind of man around you, get rid of him. You don't want to be around men like that. And do you know the amazing thing about being in your 30s? When you meet men, they automatically just assume that you must be desperate. So let me try something. Let me teach you something that you're going to do. When you're with a man that you've just met and he mentions marriage, just tell him, no, I'm not interested in marriage. Even if you are, tell him you're not interested in marriage and see his reaction. Men are mad people. They're the same people who are going to shame you for not being married. They're the same ones who are going to keep scaring you before you're 30 that you need to settle down or you're going to end up being, a lonely woman. You're going to have so many cats. You're going to end up in Shiloh, which is my favorite one. I've been hearing that one since I was 28. It is the best. But listen, they are the same ones who are going to convince you all the time that that is going to be your future. But the moment you meet a guy and you tell him that you're not interested in marriage, all of his sparks are going off. He's going crazy. He's nuts. He's confused. He's like, wait, what? I don't have a power over you? No, that's not possible. You can't tell me you don't want to get married. You have to want to get married. That shit drives them crazy. And me personally, I'm not even interested in marriage, so it's not even a game for me. For real, I'm not interested in marriage. Like, I don't want to get married. I've been married before, just in case you didn't know that. I am not interested. So when I tell men, you see, they just go mad. It's like their brain is just going, I'm like, shele. Do you know the next stage? They now start trying to convince me. Every single thing. If they're not trying to get me pregnant, they're trying to convince me that I need to get married. They're asking to speak to my mom. They're asking to speak to my dad. They're asking me what I want. They're eager because in their mind, there must be a reason why this girl does not want marriage. You know what? At your age, you must want marriage. How can you not want marriage? Babes, don't let these men control you. Your life is your life. Men live their life, and then when they are ready, they look around and they're like, okay, who can I pick? You don't want to be the kind of woman that gets picked. You want to be the kind of woman that a man looks at and he's like, wow, I really want this woman. I wonder what it's going to take for me to get her. And then he approaches you and he realizes that you're an Amazon. You're a strong ass, confident woman who has achieved so much, and he knows that he has to work hard for it. You don't want to say because you're in your 30s that you're just going to make it easy, and once he comes you're like, oh, you want me? Oh my God, someone wants me. Okay, take me. And once that happens, he's going to treat you anyhow. See, that desperation is going to show you pepper, because no matter what he does, you're not going anywhere. You will sit down there because, Shebi, you are in your 30s and your life is finished. Abi, that is what is going to happen. Next thing, sex. When you're in your 30s, please ask around. Your vagina will be doing like this. Listen, it's not a joke. You become hornier. You want to fuck all the time. I don't know if that's happened to you yet, but it probably would. And it happens to most women in their 30s. And that is the reason why your orgasm has to be important to you. If you do not want to have sex before you get married, that's fine. But if you are already having sex, then your orgasm should be important to you. At this stage of your life, you should not be having mediocre sex. You should not be having shitty, pathetic sex. You're in your 30s. You should be worshipped. You should be eaten all over, licked all over like the chocolate or caramel that you are, or the white chocolate that you are. You should not be managed. You shouldn't be managing mediocre. Sex makes you glow from the inside out. Try it. Why are you having sex with people that you don't want to have sex with? Why are you having sex with people that you don't enjoy having sex with? Because according to you, you are in your 30s and your life is finished. I feel sorry for you, babe. Honestly. So no. If he's not going to listen to you, if he's not going to do what you want, you at this point you need to be able to open your mouth and say, I want this. In your 30s, it was when we were younger that we couldn't open our mouths to tell them. But now you're older. I don't know why we thought it's meant to be the reverse. But now that you're in your 30s, the ball's in your court. Open your mouth and say what you want. It's not gonna kill you, I promise you. And if you want to, date younger men. It could be 3-4 years younger than you. Trust me, they probably would make you feel younger. And if you find an older guy or someone your age that is willing to listen to you, then yes, go ahead. But sex should be very, very important to you, especially if you're already having it. Don't be having sex because, oh, this person wants it. That is what younger women do. And one day I'm going to get to you people, but let's leave you people for now. But you, my 30 plus women, I cannot believe that at this stage that you're having sex, you're still doing it because, oh, maybe if I have sex with him, he will marry me. Maybe if I have sex with him, he will date me. Maybe if I have sex with him, he will enjoy, what? You should be having sex because you want to have sex, because it is something that you want to enjoy. It's already a sin. The least you can do is do it properly. I mean, come on. You see that shame that you're worried about? It's nothing. When I tell you that I am the advocate for shame, I've been through it from different angles. Friends or colleagues or parents, family, from society itself. Me putting myself out there to say that, oh, I'm divorced, I'm in my 30s. I know the shame that came over me, but I had to just snap out of it because I realized that shame is not going to do anything for me. And the people that I'm worrying about that are making me feel shameful, they're not actually adding any value to my life. So why do I care? That is the question that you need to ask yourself. If any auntie shame you, give her back. She tells you, oh, at this your age, especially when you're in your 30s, you have mouth. Tell her back, auntie. You be like, say, maybe you will give me your son to marry you. That's what you will tell them. Or just give her one back. Like, I know what I told my auntie. And what is even crazy about it is her own daughter was married, but the husband was a serial cheat. The moment she said it to me, she was like, Kafayat, they call me Kafayat. Láti divorce saying, oh, marry. I said, auntie, your own daughter that has been married for 7 years now, that we know her husband goes around Lagos sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and even you know that she but mama just swing. You know they always report you. Is it not better for me to be single than to be with that kind of husband? Auntie couldn't talk again. No. I said, Lobato, my mom was angry. But I said, auntie, next time, will your sister talk to me? She will not. Since that day when my auntie sees me like this, she do like this from afar. But that is my organ. See, if anyone gives it to you, give it to them hot. Anywhere you go, hold your head high. Don't stop your life because you are worried that people are going to judge you. What is it? What is it? No, be only shame. I beg. Listen, live your life. Being 30 or 30 something does not mean it's the end of your life. There are women, and if marriage is what you want, there are women who found their husbands in their 40s. There are women who are having children in their 40s. Now, this last point, and this is the most important part of everything that I've been talking about since. If you want to have children and you have money, there are options. Adopt, do IVF, freeze your eggs. Stop thinking like a typical African. If you don't have money, look for somebody that you can have a child with. Start having those options. There are people out there who want that as well. And if truly you don't want to consider any of those options and you want to get married, then start factoring it into your plans. Don't let it be the only factor. Put it into your plans with all the other plans that you have that you are doing to elevate your life. You can add it in and say that, okay, do you know what? Maybe by the time I'm 41, I would have finished with so. So okay, let me give myself 2 years to be able to do this and work towards it. If you are someone who believes in God and the universe, you have an open heart, you are out there, you go out to meet people, you do things, trust me, it would happen. And if it doesn't happen now, it is eventually going to happen. Just do the right things. Just do the things that you need to do. Live your life right now, but at the same time, the things that you need to do to be able to meet someone, do them. Hence going out, meeting new people, traveling, just living your life. You never know. Maybe it's a day where you've just planned a beach day with your friends that you are going to meet the man of your dreams. Convincing yourself that you need to stay home to convince men, an imaginary man that doesn't even know that you exist, that you're always home, and you constantly telling people, I'm always home, I don't go out. So they are the ones, they can't wait to tell people, I'm always home, I don't go out. No, I'm always at home. I'm like, oh, well, you think these men care? That one are back in the days, maybe you'll find them in the village, but these days, they do not care. They don't care. As long as they did not say that you go to brothel every day, you go out to go and eat, you go out to hang out, what is it? They don't care. So I'm actually hoping that all of this is enough to piss you off to the point where you stand up and you stop feeling sorry for yourself, because it is pathetic. There is nothing wrong with you. If it is your weight that you have issues with, get up and do something about it. If it is the way you look that you have issues with, get up and do something about it. If it's the way you speak, your confidence, get up and do something about it. And if you don't have anyone to ask, come to me. My life is an example. I've always told you, I have never ever said that my life was perfect. I've never said that I have the most beautiful life. All I'm saying is that my life is fulfilling. And I'm living my life on my own terms. And I'm not going to let anybody get me down. Life can push me down once in a while, but you know what? I will get up again, because I am convinced that this life is not just one path. We all don't have to ply the same route. We can all get to the same destination, but in different ways. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get it right. And so should you. Anyway, my darlings, that's that for today, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.